Aztec just said, I've got so few troops, am I not scared for my life? I have 1,000, I just looked up, they've got 1,300. Oh no, I think this would be an appropriate bit for that meme, isn't it? I'm in danger. Yeah, the Barbs are now spawning harder and harder units, actually. These little squadrons of warriors, they're proving more and more difficult to hold back the barbarian hordes. So we're going to have to start thinking about upgrading these, which means I think I'm just going to allow myself to get another settler. And I'm going to settle right in the middle of it all. I don't want my borders to eclipse anything, but yeah, I'm going to go to there. There's no fresh water. I'll build a bath. Don't worry. There's jade, there's silver. But it means that my troops can come back easily and then upgrade themselves and then go back to the front line. I think that works quite well as a little plan. Also, just treat myself to an arena with all my pillaged gold. I'll just steal that Colosseum tile and whap it down. 12 turns, beautiful. I think we can take a city here, you know. Legion 1, Legion 2, and then Dr. Bobby comes in, strikes with the force. Beautiful juggernaut. Swenet is taken. -5 in this city now. +1. Okay, we're gaining a bit of loyalty traction here, which is quite nice. Jerusalem is right for the taking as well. Again, do I think I'm going to get anything from having that city-state? I don't really have any holy sites, and I don't want to spread my religion particularly. So that is a prime candidate for conquering. Every time I take a city, 300 gold. My treasury is it's just one after another, just refilled. Oh, it's always a good turn when you've got not one, but 2 separate raid clans. Oh, another 660 gold. Of course it is. Excellent. Brilliant. Well, we better keep moving. So looking at the status of this Egypt war, they're now down to 5 cities and 25 populations. So the turf war is working well. Setting up very nicely on different fronts, and I've got a double pillage available to me on this front towards Memphis, which is looking really nice. Gives me an option to just make sure my troops are nicely healed before we push even further forward. We're actually still managing to settle cities out, which is quite cool. There's the sprawling empire. There is a slim chance I might go gold in this age. I don't know how we're going to do this. If we do manage it, it's going to be impressive. You never know. Weirder things have happened. Oh, Flying Thunder's taken a bit of a barrage here, but that's okay. We can still keep pillaging. Just keep all of my units nice and healed. We're pushing back the enemy. It's proving tough, but we can do this, I believe. In fact, actually, Skeptical Bear is ready to strike this city. If we can take these walls down, oh, that'll be a huge improvement for me. Look at that. Bam, half of them done. I reckon next turn we may just have them. Still buying every man-at-arms we can from every city we can. Oh, that's right on the front line as well. Yes. Oh, it's just Barbs. Having the gold as well. You steal the gold from one Barb encampment and you immediately use it to buy troops from another. It's just an effective form of recycling, I think. It's kind of how I'm viewing this. Well, that was worth checking. Look at that. The last classical era general. And I can just about sneak ahead of the Aztecs and buy it with faith. Now we're up to El Cid. A second general. That is really handy because I do have 2 fronts at the moment. I've got this front, and now I can put a general on both. Amazing. We're going to survive. Oh, that's tough. Okay, how are we going to extract my unit? Flying Thunder. Operation Save Flying Thunder. I can get onto that wood tile. If I can remove both this chariot archer and also the range defenses of Ra Cadet, I think we might be able to survive. And I think I do have firepower to do this. With 2 archers and a legion, I can remove that chariot archer. Skeptical Bear's got tons of movement, so I can move to there quickly. This legion can do damage. This man-at-arms can as well. So let's just swap them briefly. There we go. Yeah, look. There we go. City defenses are now down. Excellent. Which means Flying Thunder, you can pull back to safety and hopefully we can extract you. Oh, if we get away with that, that's going to be quite amazing. What do we work towards now? Governor? I think I like the idea of a governor. Defensive tactics, or we could go towards natural philosophy. I am starting to build campuses out now. Feudalism, though, will help me to grow faster, so let's go defensive tactics, get the governor. We could take over Jerusalem. That's interesting, but I'm going to save the envoy for Ngazagamu. Halong Bay, almost settled out nicely there. God, my empire's looking mighty, mighty thick now. Zulu has got the most cities apart from me with 11, and I'm at 50. Yeah, up to 15 now. Pretty cool. But you know what I fancy as I get denounced? I fancy 20% production in all of my cities. So we're going to try and do this. Oh, that was a lot of damage to that man-at-arms. Blimey. Thing is, these ranged units that Egypt is using, they melt like anything when I attack them. They do have a nasty bite when they attack me, so I can't just let them have entirely their own way, but I think... What's the best thing to do here? Go for Commando and go for Urban Warfare, or should we go Tortoise and just keep this unit alive? I might just raid for the health here, you know? That's not a bad idea. 75 gold. Oh, I know what I could do. I'm going to get rid of the Gogi. I'm not using it as much as I should. So we're going to go raid. And now, when I pillage, I get 75 health instead of 50. There we go. That's looking a little healthier, isn't it? I can also raid with Skeptical Bear for 91 faith. That's the sort of thing that will add up nicely over time. And then take the city. Ooh, not quite. That takes the city though. Perfect. 20% production everywhere. I'm going for the Tortoise promotion on pretty much all of my melee troops here. I don't normally do that. Battle Cry is normally my pick, but defending against the ranged attacks is actually proving trickier right now than actually surviving the melee damage that I'm having to do. Like, the melee is fine. We're not having any problems with that. We're very strong. Oh, it's the movement of the chariot archers. That's what gets me. Skeptical Bear just about survived that with 1 health. Oh, that is a story you can tell somebody someday. When I get Moksha with laying on of hands, I tell you what, that is going to be very handy for me. Oh, just looking at Rakadat, oh, there's no way we're going to hold on to the loyalty of this. I'm annoyed I didn't see that earlier. Minus 16, unless we can steal this city in 2 turns, which I might be able to do if I rush it, but this 11 population capital is looking tough, and there's a lot of ranged units here to stop our advance. All right, at the very least, let's take off the defenses of Memphis. I think we can do that now. Yeah, there we go. No ranged attack from that city. That makes it a little easier to survive. And focus on taking out the occasional ranged unit. I've got a couple of promotions I'm just holding off on using, not because I don't want to use them, because I need to actually focus on killing units here. I'm also buying new Legion everywhere. More troops. Oh, we can only hold it for so long. Nazca has spawned. Eventually the city-states will win, even if we end up raiding them pretty much every turn. Never mind. What can you do? We've got huge amounts of gold out of that city-state. I am not fussed at all. And I could actually just invade it. That would be an option. I start off with an envoy of them, so I'm getting 1 faith per turn, but I could just invade them. Yeah, every ranged attack they make against us, it does some damage, but we get so much more damage in return. They can only maintain this army for so long. Yeah, they were holding an army of about 500 to 600 strength for a bunch of turns, like a number of turns, but we've just about started to fight back now. And as I said before, we have a new settlement. This is going to be my place for all of my Barb killing units to go and heal and upgrade and generally make themselves better. And I'm still doing a lot of raiding, so that's all good. I think I can take Memphis this turn. You know, I think I can do that. Let's just move my troops. 1, 2, 3. Flying Thunder's probably the weakest in terms of being a little bit damaged, so we'll just move you in. We'll go 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks. City is mine. Perfect. What's the -9 on this one and -6? We've just bought another turn on Rakadet. I mean, we probably are going to end up losing it, but that's okay. The swordsman's a bit of a pain, but I'd rather kill the chariot archer, because being honest with you, that thing really stings when it hits. Got it. It's dead. It's gone. Fun little fact. If you have a melee unit with only 2 movement next to a great general when it starts the turn, so it's on 3, so it was on this tile and had 3 movement, and you move it out of range of a general, it'll go from a 3 of 3 to 2 of 2, and it'll allow itself to pillage. Whereas if it was on 2 of 3, because the great general, say, was stood on this tile, it wouldn't be able to pillage. Just a fun little exploit? I don't know if you'd call it an exploit. It's not quite powerful enough for that, but still quite fun. I tell you what I could do. Oh, bread and circuses. Let's just put that project on, and I'll do the project in this city as well. It's pretty useless in terms of it not doing anything for me, but the loyalty should just increase a little bit. Remember that. That's -6.6. We might be able to just give ourselves a tiny bit more. Ranged attacks. Ranged attacks everywhere. You can't stop them. Hey, look, it worked. 0.4. The city is now stable. Bread and circuses projects. If you take over any city that has an entertainment complex, it's often an option for you, and it's often a lot of fun. Oh, that's a good kill. Right, we need to wreck these ranged troops. I cannot have them doing any more damage to me. Heal the units whilst I can. Yeah, look at that. We're getting good kills now. Push everyone forward. Push. Push. I'll pull my great general forward as well. You can see I've got more troops, and there we go. We can start attacking the walls of the capital. This 11 pop city. If that falls, Egypt falls. There's no way of going around it. That's it. They're done. Every turn is just a barrage of projectiles sending my way, but we're pushing them back now. They've got 4 cities. Yeah, as I say, Thebes, if I can take this city, I don't believe there's anything they can do. 8 turns. Interesting. Pincer attack. 1, 2, Walls are down. 3. Okay, city's taking great damage now. This legion, pull back a tiny bit. Heal yourself. That's fine. We don't mind that. Take your time, I say. And we're just pulling units forward onto Thebes as well. We now have the city under siege. We can go 1, 2, 3, bring the walls down. I reckon we can take 2 cities next turn. I think we can do it. 7 turns left on the ancient era. It's plenty. Plenty. We could even start pillaging if we really wanted to, but I don't even need to. Go 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks, take the capital. Military engineering boosted, construction boosted. Of course it is. And it's loyal. Of course it's loyal. 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks. This city is also mine. Only 2 cities left. And more importantly, we've now broken through the defensive line. Going to do a lot of damage against their ranged units now. Go on, men. Counterattack if you can. I think we've got you covered. Oh, look at the speed of Clint. Whee! Colosseum! Oh, the culture, the amenities, the loyalty. The loyalty doesn't matter. When has the loyalty ever mattered? Let me know in the comments, have you ever had a game where the loyalty on the Colosseum has actually been the most important reason you built it? It seems like that is such a small thing, 2 loyalty per city. Maybe the city hit loyalty benefits if it built a lot of stuff, but I mean, we're really plucking at straws here. That's the Golden Age, by the way. I didn't think we'd do that. 81 era score in the Ancient Era. Yes, I know we're playing on a very long game setting. It's not even a long setting. It's the longest setting we've ever played on, but still, it's a lot of fun. Radiatore says, remove yourself, warrior. That was a 70 strength attack against the warrior there. Oh, Caesar just be Caesaring. Apo, can you please just remove your wall? Oh, thank you so much. It's much nicer when you have no walls. Don't you agree? Everything is just so much more relaxed. Now I can conquer you in my own time. Where is your last city? Oh, it's directly south. Oh, just as I hoped. I was hoping if I left enough of this continent totally hidden, we would be able to convince another Barb camp to appear, and that's exactly what's happened, which is awesome. So we've gone back to 5. Doesn't matter that we lost 1. That's awesome. Just improving some of my units in this northern area to legions just to help them destroy the Barbs a little bit better. Still raiding every 10 turns, so at the moment we've got every 2 turns effectively 330 gold. It's a nice assortment, a nice little collection, I think. Oh, another Barb camp over there. Man-at-Arms, Aquilia. Annoyingly, that is, where are you? This city. Oh, it's actually closer this direction. Oh, that's really funny. Okay, I can hire 1 in Egypt, a swordsman. Swordsmen aren't as powerful, but they're cheap. Doing it from city-states is so cheap. The Barb horseman clans are beginning to upgrade themselves as well, slowly. A lot of them are saying swordsmen now. Not bothering with these northern swordsmen because they take so long to get to the front line. Man-at-Arms I will, but yeah, just more troops. There it is. New swordsman, bit weaker than the Legion, but still powerful enough to be useful. A 1, a 2, is that a 3? Go on, you know you want to... Oh, come now. Don't tease me like that. Shadet wants to be independent. Well, unfortunately, Radiatore disagrees with your notion of independence. But thank you for informing us of your request. We will return to you in 3 to 5 business days with our response. This army is so massive, it's ridiculous. It's a really good thing I got 2 great generals, I have to say. Could do with a 3rd. AI is starting to spam these projects though, and great generals generally, so we're going to have some competition, but I think I should get a 3rd without too much issue because there are 3 medieval era generals and we're one of 3 people that are really competing for them properly at the moment, so that should be okay. A 3rd city. I think Egypt is trying its best to not get knocked out of this game by just repeatedly settling cities, which is fine. But it just means I'm just going to have to keep conquering more and more cities. Loyalty is starting to flow through now, which is great. Moksha now has laying on of hands. Let's put you over to my most northernly city. By northernly, I of course mean most southerly city. Yes, directions. We can do directions. Oh dear. I'll keep pushing my army forward. Yes, we are absolutely going to go for Aztec. No, it is not going to be fun. They have 1,400 military strength, and I'm pretty sure it's just spamming Eagle Warriors. Luckily for me, Legion can destroy Eagle Warriors pretty easily, but I'm not expecting this to be easy at all. What are they? Classical Republic. Okay, if they go Oligarchy, I may have more of a problem, but for now, we're okay. Gooberman is just savage, attacking twice in all different directions positions from the middle of this map, crowd control at its absolute finest. Yeah, these Barb camps are very much under my control, just being drained of so much gold. Imagine if you got era score for doing this, by the way. I'm surprised you don't. This feels like the sort of thing that you would get era score for. It's probably for balance quite a good thing. I won't lie. But imagine a world where we did... Oh, we've just unlocked the bath as well now. Oh, amazing. This is such a quick district. It gives me 2 housing, 1 immunity, and in all instances, another 2 housing and 1 immunity. It's amazing. Actually, no, it's the geothermal fissure gives it the +1. So it gives 4 housing and 1 immunity in pretty much every circumstance. It's fantastic. I want this in every city. And I've now got catapults. Well, that will help quite a bit. What will help my charge otherwise? Do I upgrade my legion now to man-at-arms? I think it's probably time, you know? Siege towers would be quite amusing, but yeah, man-at-arms have proven so strong to this point. No, don't put walls up. Oh, this city's going to be an absolute pain, isn't it? Do I just let this city go and invade Aztec instead? It's tempting. It is tempting. 81 era score. Let's work this out this way. If we go to score, like so, and then show details, go down to Egypt, they are on 80 era score. At the moment, they are going to go into a normal age, not a golden age, which means we may actually have the opportunity to do a huge amount of damage loyalty-wise to them. If I just take this city now, like so, we've opened up another pathway. Every time I take a city, by the way, the road, that alone just means I can keep moving my army across, which makes a huge difference. You know, I've got so much spare gold. I am going to briefly just do a tour of all of my cities and just buy in monuments. I like having a huge amount of culture. This is a really good way of doing it. We're pretending to be Trajan. Every city with a monument. What I'm hoping is that we can get into the higher levels of government really quick with this. Start getting some really good cards. Yeah, no, that'll help at all. It's 109 culture per turn. Only Ludwig, the mighty Ludwig, has more. That's slightly worrying, but that's okay. It's what Ludwig does. You can't be annoyed at Ludwig for just being Ludwig, you know? That's just how they roll. Alright, new era. Look at that timing. Etamananki. 2 science and 1 production to all marsh tiles in the Empire. I've got a few of those, and 1 science and 1 production to all the floodplain tiles in Rome. It is Rome. All of this farm you can see, that's all floodplain. It's actually quite a good wonder for me, so I'll take it. You cannot surprise the Empire. Hang on. I'll declare war on you in my own time. Thank you. God, just being rushed. So rude. So rude. Look at Rome now. Oh. These are meaty tiles. How much marsh have I got on my empire? You know what? More than I thought, actually. 4, 5. I reckon I'm currently working about 6 or 7 marsh tiles, so that's a huge chunk of science for me. Yeah, up to 91 now. This is the equivalent of turn 40, by the way, in a regular game, and I'm already up to 100 science, or 90 science and 110 culture. Only just going classical era. And there's the normal age for Egypt, which means they are going to lose their city. That means I'm not going to bother killing them. I'm just going to go and bypass them. I am getting a holy prophet. That's good. I think I might actually spread my religion around a little bit if I do get one. I don't know. What golden age will I do? Monumentality means that I can buy builders in with faith. That's fun. Free inquiry will give us a ton of extra science when we start building commercial hubs, and we get better eurekas. That's not bad, actually. Oh, monumentality, free inquiry. I'm kind of building, builders with most of my cities at the moment, so I'm going to go free inquiry. Commercial hubs definitely are something we need to look at soon. All right, Egypt, you're going to knock yourself out of the game, so yeah, let's have peace. I'll take it all. I will just pay you for open borders quickly, though. 7 gold, but it's not for long. Actually, no. Yes. No, I will. I don't want to give you luxuries. Okay, now I can move army through your land, which is useful, but yeah, I mean, they're going to knock themselves out. These Eagle Warriors, Clint by himself is going to munch through a considerable amount of them, but this will be probably the most brutal war we have undertaken yet. Can I get a joint war with my ally? You better believe I can. Oh yeah, I need an alliance with you. We're going feudalism, but we're not far from civil service, you know? See if I can do that. Anyway, the long march of my army. It's going to take a huge amount of time to get through. We're going to focus on just making attacks that pull my units further quicker. We need to keep moving forward at all costs. And we're prioritizing Legion and Man-at-Arms before any of the other units. Those are the units that are going to get the movement. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going crossbows. My archers at the moment aren't doing very much, but crossbows would mean that great generals would work on them and they'd attack with a lot more power. So that's the combo I'm looking for. Right, you ready for the chaos here? Let's see how many attacks Aztec makes against me. This is going to be a brutal war, but I do have a river between me and most of their units, so this is actually not a bad place to stand. Yeah, that was okay. I can take it. And there's the bath. Oh, my citizens, they can bathe, finally. 1 attack and 2. Is that the encampment taken? No, not quite, but that is. Oh, I'm converting units. Oh, what a shame, Egypt. It was a total accident, to be fair. I didn't even mean to do it. That's an attack. That's an attack. Oh, yeah, my great general's just pushing everyone forward now. My strong units are coming forward with great speed. It's looking good. This is looking good. I've got one great general acting as like a supply line to funnel my units through, and the other is leading the front line. Okay, this city won't be too bad, actually. I can just swarm it with enough attacks quickly enough. Capital's really coming along now, Rome. Oh, looking good. You know the trick with this war? Because the Aztecs have got so many units and they're all so powerful, it's just to edge forward slowly. I don't really want to be wasting too much of my strength attacking over rivers if I can help it. Just pushing slowly but surely onwards, making sure my legion don't get, like, here we go, like this man-at-arms attacking over the river. That's a real pain. Just edging my units forward so that we get more and more and more attacks in lovely places. Cause them to attack me across the rivers, use their defensive locations against them. I think this is where we're going to have the most luck here. Tell you what though, when I can start upgrading all these troops to beautiful crossbows, that will feel a lot better. A lot better. I was thinking about destroying Nazca and then freeing up the space for more Barb encampments, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just inherit a bunch of space to the south of me here. So I think we don't need to worry about that. I'm going to leave Nazca alone. If we start getting city-states on side, ultimately doesn't bother us in the long run. Now I know that some of these will never become cities because Setia, for instance, is too close to this one, and this one. We don't mind. We're going to claim a lot more tundra. I mean, look, there's even more Barb camps over here as well. We're going around the world. We're finding them. Here we go. Yes, they're attacking me across rivers, giving up their defensive terrain. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Absolutely what we wanted to see. Who's that just appeared? Mittler. Oh, that's a fun city-state. Extra science for my libraries and more growth rate with cities with campuses in. I've got a few of those. Now, admittedly, I was saving my envoys up for Ngazagamu and competing with Gaul, which they've got 6 in at the moment. With Armani and a policy card, we could probably push that through. That wouldn't be too bad. Worth keeping an eye on. Ngazagamu would give me basically infinite ability to purchase legions in. Not that I need more legions. Admittedly, that is one aspect to this strategy that I'm not struggling on. Sheer quantity of units. This Egyptian city is about to flip, by the way. I'm not worried about that. It'll flip. We'll immediately take it. I've got a battering ram right next to it. It's perfect. An opportunity to cross the river. We take it. These little opportunities, whilst we can, push the units forward and forward and forward. Every river crossing is an amazing one for us. And my bath districts. Yes, they're going down everywhere. Amenities, housing, everything is beautiful. And they're so cheap. Why would you not just put them everywhere in every city? It just means in the background, whilst I'm invading, all of my cities are just getting these beautiful bonuses. Tell you what, I've got so many whales in my empire. The only issue is that I just don't have any more people to trade with. I did anger the world. I know the Roman Empire angering the world over their aggressive policies. Who would have guessed that something like this may happen? Oh, tragedy, I know. Yeah, I always mistrade. I realize how much of my strategy in single player games is often using the AI for those beautiful trades. It's always fun to bring that into a pillage economy, but it shows how powerful Caesar is. All of this gold, 300 per pillage, you barely need to trade at all. Why have friends, I say, when you can just steal their gold, or steal the barbarians' gold? Poor barbarians. Imagine how rich they would be. If they could just live on this barbarian economy, they would be some of the richest civilizations in the game, you'd think. Feudalism. Excellent. Okay, that means we can get serfdom. We've still got discipline, conscription, raid. I was going to put diplomatic league in, but I think until I get monarchy, it's probably not a good idea, you know? Get drama and poetry. Look how cheap these things are now. And then recorded history. We can push along, get ourselves monarchy. That'll be nice. Gooberman is an absolute machine. Just sat here in the middle of all of these barbarians, just blitzing them as soon as they come out. There's nothing they can do. Hardy, level 4 elite guard, just on barbarians. Oh, and there's another raid class. Look at that. Someone said in the comments of one of the earlier videos that, like, why do I not just wait with the Barb clans and then I can raid them all at the same time? An organized mind would probably do that. Mine is not organized. I see a raid and I immediately go for it. I can't wait to synergize and sync these things up. Claim it immediately. That's what I say. Never wait. Never, ever wait. Just take it all as soon as you can. Now, feudalism actually means that the farms around my Egyptian holdings are really coming into their own now. This is really good land, especially for Rome with all of the baths and all of the housing and food that we can get going here. Rome is now 8 population with Pingala. Already Thebes may be a better place for Pingala. I've almost got a better capital. That's the ridiculous thing. Oh well, always worth keeping in mind. I could leave this Egyptian city to flip by itself, but I'm not going to. We're going to rush it forward because I've got all the troops, all the legion here to do that for me. I might as well. It's already sieged. I don't need to rush this one. Let's just hold that line there. We've got my troops pulling through. There's nothing that a swordsman can do apart from just flail in the area around it, so I don't need to worry about that. But there's a swordsman. Another man-at-arms across the river. As soon as we can pull a unit across the river, that helps a lot. Every pillaging, the 75 food. Oh, the raid card. Is there a finer joy than the raid card? I don't know. If it exists, then it's a subtle thing. It's a subtle thing. Should we take this 3-pop city now? I think we can probably push towards it. 1 attack, 2 attacks. Is that almost next turn? Yeah, these Eagle Warriors cannot stand up to me. This is the kind of the curse and also the advantage at the same time with the Aztecs. They have such a strong, unique unit, they will spam it, which means early game, 1,400 military strength is terrifying. But if you can upgrade past it, the AI doesn't tend to upgrade their Eagle Warriors very quickly because a 28 strength unit into a 35, it's not the biggest promotion. It's not a huge priority. They might as well just wait and use those warriors. So once I get to Legion, yeah, I really do just eat them up really quickly. There's another city. Oh, the extra road that pulls through here in itself is wonderful. Look at that road. Through all of those hill tiles. Now my units can just rush to the front line. Go on, Clint. Get in there, make this even better. Yes, yes. And whilst Moksha is pretty close to the front line, why don't you move forward just a smidge and then we can get our healing off as quickly as we can. And look at this. Yes, kill, kill. Every tile is a kill. That? You want another kill? There's another kill. Oh, Dr. Bobby, feeling a little weak actually. I'm going to pull you back. Switcheroo. I've got 10 iron coming in per turn as well now. I've officially hit the point where I have more iron than I know what to do with. My gold, I'm just using it to just buy units. You know what the thing is actually? Catapults. I think catapults are now the thing that I need to be buying. So that's what we're going to do. We were on course to pick up another general soon. Now the game is currently doubling the cost of the medieval era. Normally it's 180 general points, but because the game is a whole era ahead, it's doubled it. So as soon as the Aztec takes El Cid, I think I should grab one pretty quickly, especially because there are actually 3 great generals. Yeah, there are. So it should go 1, 2, 3. Yeah, immediately. And I should just be able to grab one. Hopefully I can pull the catapult forward with that. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's start getting some catapults. They do big damage once they're upgraded against the walls, especially because I am going to go machinery, construction, military engineering, unlock tray buckets, better than buy buckets. These have 45 strength. Oh, yeah. And I need that because the Niter. Yes, man-at-arms would be a good upgrade for me, but I'm more interested in the Niter so I can work out how quickly I can make a musket upgrade. Legion to man-at-arms? It's an upgrade, but it's not the hugest one. You know, you're in take it or leave it territory, but muskets, 55 strength? Oh, yes. That's exactly what Ursa would like. Yes. Delicious. We've punched above 100 science per turn, by the way. Not bad for turn 42, or whatever the equivalent of this turn would be. It's so good. I have seen this asked as well. Does this mod and the way that I'm doing this actually make it easier for me? There is an argument that regular marathon difficulty or marathon speed, even though my cities would be producing things at 1/3 of the speed of this mod, because we're currently building with standard speed, there's an argument that Caesar, even though things are triple the cost of gold, would be more powerful on regular marathon, because this 300 gold becomes 900 gold on marathon speed. So purchasing units like Legion is exactly the same effective cost. Yeah, it would be like 1,500 gold rather than 500 gold, but you're pillaging way more. What it would mean is that the AI has got 1/3 of the building capacity on their own troops. So what I've done is effectively made it a little bit more complicated for myself, because the AI is able to build such a huge standing army to fight me. If I just, left it on usual marathon speed, they would have much less, far less troops than I've got to defend themselves with. So it actually might not be that good an option to play with this sort of historical speed. I just wanted to have a game where I just had a lot of fun with Legion for a long period of time. There's another Barb camp, by the way. Oh yes, that is lovely to see. That is what you want to see, especially because Hardy can get in there immediately. Do it. Could be well worth an experiment though. If you fancy having a go at a similar game with Caesar, let me know. Let me know the differences between the two game modes. Trick with catapults is to get them in range of a great general as soon as you can. As soon as they get 3 movement, the game is still bugged. Any siege weapon with more than its usual amount of movement can move and fire in the same turn. So suddenly now we can move and fire at the same turn. 40 strength attacks against city centers. We're still way underpowered compared to regular man-at-arm attacks and even Legion attacks. But don't worry. That won't last forever. As soon as we come across walls, for instance, that's where the catapults really come into their own. Aztec have man-at-arms, by the way. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Never be afraid to fortify a unit. Let them attack you, especially if you're on a hill behind a river, like this unit. Come on, men. Attack me. I know I'm surrounded, but I have reinforcements just flooding in from behind. I don't mind. If you want to move at your speed, you are very welcome to, friend. I'm just going to move Clint here and put a Roman fort down just in this pass. That'll be a really nice place to hold. And look, another catapult at the front line. What a shame. Okay, medieval era. Yeah, it's still really expensive because we're still an era ahead of ourselves. So that's fine. We should get the next one. Only one was taken, El Cid, and 1 promotion. Hey, that means we can get an urban warfare unit pretty quick, so we won't complain about that at all. Look at all the units here, though. So many. I'm actually really, really looking forward to being able to pick up crossbows, because I think we'll be able to decimate the Aztec defenses. Recorded history. Natural philosophy for 10 extra science would be amazing, but alas, not for me. Not at the moment. For a bit, I'm going to have to take discipline out because I need some other cards, but I've got a little bit of Barb fighting to do, so I'll just keep it in for a second. You can see here, I'm just going to get that +5 combat strength against all of these units, like so. Well done, Salty Tech. Now you're an archer. I always thought you had it in you. There you go. Like, all of the fighting against Barbs has now been done. So now I can change it. Take it out, immediately put in Diplomatic League. Excellent. And now we'll pick up Armani, pop you into Ngazagamu, and then I'll drop in 1, 2, like that, for 3 envoys. She'll put it up to 5, and then I'll take over the city-state from there. What I will probably do, actually, is just put another envoy in to get another science for all my libraries, worth 5 science per turn, but that's pretty handy as well. Now I just need to change my government as quickly as I can. So 3-turn theology? Yeah, that'll flip it nice and quick. Flying Thunder, Elite Guard, yes. More units as well? I mean, you might as well take them. 215 gold for a swordsman. And another one? Yes, please. Yummy. And Aquila. Oh, yeah, that was right. It was spawning in this city, wasn't it? That's why I wasn't taking that man-at-arms. It's just so far away from everything. Time to take another city, I think. 1 attack. I could be pillaging for 200 gold, but I think at the moment, momentum is key. This legion's a little injured, so wait inside the city. Bam, another road. -2 loyalty. Is that it? We can take that. Oh, Ludwig now wants to trade with me. Oh, yeah. Take that opportunity to trade. Brilliant. And some more luxuries as well. They've got 170 culture per turn. I love the way that Ludwig plays. Oh, for a new leader, it just works so well with the AI. It's beautiful. Beautiful to see. I actually forget that Gaul and Aztec are still fighting. That was a really good little play I had there. Just getting them to fight each other whilst I was going and attacking. Oh, looks like my thought is being pushed in against. Go on, Clint. Hold the pass. Yes, you're healing very well. I think you should be fine to hold that, especially because behind you, the sounds of machinery spring to life. How much is an upgrade? 250 gold. That's not bad at all. We'll take it. Am I going to take a friendship with Gaul here? Yeah, I probably will, because I've still got loads of people to attack still, haven't I? They still like me plus 22. Let's do it. I might even be able to get a military alliance and sweep the Aztecs even quicker than I currently am. Yeah, Aztec are pushing a lot of archers forward at the moment. They're melee troops I can deal with, and honestly, they're like gnats, just sort of gnawing at us. But whilst I heal my units quickly, I think the vast majority of my gold is now going to go to crossbow upgrades, because these can just sort of jump in behind the scenes. They're all level 2. Look at these. Boosted by the great generals. They can just sweep forward and start knocking out these archers pretty quickly. I mean, look at that. It's a one-hit kill on the archer. So yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go. Also got my catapults in range of this city, so we can start taking this out casually as well. 1, 2, all about momentum. We have enough units here. We should be absolutely fine. Flying Thunder? Oh, you might leave yourself a little bit exposed here, but if I charge enough units forward... Oh, that's annoying. I thought you might get the kill there. We should be fine. Now, Clint, can you hold in for 2 turns? And then Moksha will start healing my units like to full every turn. It'll be quite amusing. Oh, I hope we brought our hard hats here. Look at the number of archers. Oh, we're just going to get pinged everywhere. It's a good way of leveling my units up, at the very least. With all the promotions I'm getting, but still... Oh, it's painful to see. Come on, crossbows. I'm actually quite glad we went for the crossbow upgrade. I think these are going to be really, really handy. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennes, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous68. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!